Welcome back. I just wanted to talk really quickly about uh, emotions and actions and how a lot of people get this wrong. It's something that I've been thinking about as I've been listening to some Dallas Willard talks that were recorded. They're available on YouTube, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how that is. Quite often, that people when they hear the verse "Go and sin no more," or other sorts of these commands, um, we think that it speaks directly to the actions that we're taking. In Matthew 5, Jesus actually was speaking directly to this. In Dallas' interpretation was that what people often hear when they read him saying or hear him saying, if your right hand offends you, cut it off and throw it into the fire. If your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out. It's better for one part of your body to burn than for all of your being to burn in hell. And his suggestion is that this is the result of the attitude that Jesus' audience had. So rather than him saying this is the path that you should take and this is the action that you need to undergo, he was actually kind of poking at it and saying, well, if it is actually your hand that's making you sin, why don't you just cut it off? Knowing that actually it's not at the level of actions that our problem lies, but it's deeper than that. It's a problem underneath that. Our actions are a result of what we think. All of our actions are linked. And all of our actions can be linked back to thoughts. Every great invention that has ever been made, every war that was started, every crusade that was started, every pilgrimage that was undertaken, every great accomplishment in human history was begun in a thought of one man or one woman that was taken up by a group in some cases, that was enacted by an individual in others. And so the actions that we take are a direct result of the thoughts that we have. If you change your thoughts, you change your actions. Similarly, our thoughts aren't standalone beings, but uh, arise from the emotions that we have. Our thoughts are influenced by our emotions. How we feel changes the way that we think. If I'm feeling sad, if I'm feeling depressed, then seeing people walking together, a happy couple, say if I'm experiencing relational stress or loneliness from not having a relationship, then seeing happy couples walk together could make me feel better. It could bring up thoughts of why can they have what I can't, or what's wrong with me, or really unhelpful thoughts kind of along those lines. If on the other hand, I'm in a happy relationship, if I'm or if I'm or if I'm happy and I'm not in a relationship, then seeing happy couples walking together in the park might give rise to other thoughts like, wow, it's so nice that they're happy, or they look happy, or what a nice day to be in the park. And I might not even comment on how they seemed together. that that's how I see our emotions influencing our thoughts. Underneath emotions is beliefs. The way that we believe the world works, what we believe about ourselves from messaging that we've heard, or from ideas that we've taken on board from media or from other people that we know, from friends, from family. That all influences the emotions that we have. What we believe about the world changes the way that we interact with the world. This is the point where I lose people sometimes, because the prevailing opinion is that my emotions just happen to me. There's nothing that I can do about it. They just come up out of nowhere, and there they are. And I disagree. I don't see them that way. They are a direct result, in my experience and in the experience of my clients, of, well, I won't presume to speak for all of my clients, but I can say that in sessions, with each of my clients that I've dove into this question of thoughts and beliefs and emotions, we've been able to track their emotions to a belief that they're holding. So if your emotions are something that are not the emotions that you want to be feeling, quite often there's an interpretation about the world, or about God, or about yourself, that gives rise to those emotions. So if you want to tackle this, if you really want true transformation, then that's the level where we need to start, is on beliefs, emotions, and thoughts, not on actions. If you start with actions, then uh, that's it's like pulling drowning people out of a river. It's not a bad thing to do, but at some point, you have to think to yourself that going up the river and finding where people are falling in and stopping them falling in is going to be a more beneficial, and less energy, really, than pulling people out of the river. And that's how I see these actions. When you're taking actions that you don't want to take, absolutely, sometimes the right thing to do is to take steps, to make choices, and put action, put guardrails in that help to pull those drowning people out of the river. And if you want to go upstream so that you're not constantly fighting that end of the battle, then what you want to do is look for the emotions, look for the beliefs that are informing those emotions, that are giving rise to the thoughts that are causing you to take the actions that you want to take. When we do this, then our whole being can be united. We can transform at the belief level. We can transform our interpretation of the world and how we think about ourselves. And that is when we really begin to change. If you enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying any of my content, then I encourage you to click subscribe, to click the little bell so you get notified the next time I post a video. You're welcome to reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. On Instagram, you can find me at Granite Bear Coaching. On Facebook, you can find me, Scott White. You can find my business page at Granite Bear _coaching. And you can also request to join my private Facebook group for Christians who really want to make a difference for themselves and a difference in the world. Until the next time, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.